In a world that values conformity, Sigma males are distinct because of their unwavering independence, quiet confidence, and unyielding refusal to be controlled by others. They are intelligent individualists who stand up for what they believe in and are notoriously difficult to control, regardless of who's doing the controlling. Even if someone manages to get them to do something, it's likely because they chose to do it freely, not because they were manipulated or coerced. This behavior isn't a sign of weakness, but a testament to their strength and fearlessness. They reject superiority and deceit, and this makes them fiercely unmanageable. Here are 10 reasons why no one can control Sigma males. 1. They have zero tolerance for being subordinate to anyone. Sigma males are not willing to submit to anyone or anything and resist being controlled because they highly value their freedom. Any attempts to overpower them will be met with resistance since they see it as a threat to their independence. They refuse to be subordinate and will push back against anyone who tries to impose their authority on them. This trait is why Sigma men are often considered anti-authority, as they find the idea of someone manipulating them intolerable. They are difficult to control and work with if their freedom is challenged. They will not blindly follow any rules or orders that conflict with their values and will always speak out if they feel something is wrong. Though they can be cooperative and willing to comply if their values align with the situation, getting them to do something against their values is almost impossible. That's why many Sigma males prefer doing things their own way and are seen as loners. They are not afraid to take a stand and fight for something they believe in. 2. Their perceptive skills are highly developed. Sigma males possess exceptional perceptive skills that allow them to quickly discern between authentic intentions and those with ulterior motives. This heightened intuition aids them in avoiding deceitful tactics and manipulation, making it difficult to control or influence them. Due to their intuitive nature, Sigma men are not easily swayed into doing something that contradicts their personal values or beliefs. Furthermore, their perceptive abilities make it challenging to predict their actions, thus making it tough to control them using predetermined plans or strategies. Though it's not impossible to exert influence over them, it requires subtler methods as they can quickly recognize attempts to manipulate or coerce them. However, it's worth noting that Sigma males aren't entirely impervious to control, but it's harder to maintain control over them over an extended period. 3. They are firm when it comes to setting boundaries. Sigma males have a strong sense of personal boundaries and are clear communicators when it comes to setting and enforcing them. They prioritize their personal space, time, and energy, making it challenging for anyone to control them. To control someone, they need to force them into subordination, which is difficult for Sigma males who are protective of their autonomy and power. They won't let anyone dictate their lives or interfere with their personal limits. They have a natural resistance to control and push back against anyone who tries to cross their boundaries. Sigma men are not easily intimidated, and they know when it's time to move on from toxic relationships or situations that harm their well-being. While some people may see them as isolated or aloof, they have a strong awareness of their surroundings and the people in them. They choose not to be around toxic behavior and are protective of their personal boundaries, viewing their independence as a source of strength and freedom. 4. They approach problems in a practical and logical manner. Sigma males are known for their pragmatic thinking, which is rooted in practicality and shrewdness. They don't blindly accept what they hear or follow conventional wisdom, and their analytical minds enable them to assess situations impartially. Because of this pragmatic approach, they are harder to control than those who simply follow established conventions. Their unconventional mindset and ability to use their own rules and strategies make it difficult to predict their actions, and thus control them. This lack of control can be frustrating for those who try to keep them in line, but for Sigma men, the ability to form their own ideas and opinions is essential to maintaining their freedom. While they may appear rebellious to others, their motivations and values often guide their choices. Their ability to think objectively and protect themselves from outside influence is a valuable asset that makes them a challenge to manipulate. 5. They tend to keep to themselves and have an air of mystery about them. Sigma men tend to be private individuals, revealing little about themselves and speaking thoughtfully. Their introverted and measured approach to social interactions makes them challenging to control because it's difficult to manipulate someone whose thoughts and feelings are unknown. They can appear enigmatic and tend to keep their true intentions hidden. This is not due to any malice, but rather to protect themselves from those who may attempt to control or take advantage of them. By remaining mysterious, Sigma men can stay one step ahead of those seeking to control them. While this may be viewed as suspicious behavior, it's a way for them to maintain their independence. It's tough for someone to manipulate a Sigma man if they can't get close enough or understand what motivates him. Therefore, his reserve and mysteriousness can be a source of strength rather than weakness. 6. They don't place a high value on material possessions and are content with minimalism. Sigma males do not put much value on material possessions, status symbols, or societal recognition. They do not believe that owning things or having money leads to happiness or fulfillment. They prefer a simple and uncluttered life, which makes it difficult to control them through material possessions. Although they may enjoy nice things and earning money, they only do so on their own terms and when it aligns with their values and goals. Thus, Sigmas can still become successful or wealthy without being controlled by others. Instead of trying to impress others or conforming to societal standards, they prioritize living an authentic life according to their own values. They believe that true fulfillment comes from within and do not seek validation from external sources. This detachment allows them to stay true to themselves and maintain their independence, even in challenging situations. 7. They are highly self-sufficient, taking care of their own needs without relying on others. Sigma men are highly self-sufficient and take care of all aspects of their lives. This includes their emotional, physical, and financial needs. They don't need anyone's validation or approval and won't rely on others for financial support. Their self-reliance extends beyond these areas and is a defining characteristic of their personality. They take charge of their lives and don't wait for others to take action on their behalf. This independence makes them immune to manipulation, as they won't allow external forces to control their lives or dictate their actions. They are accountable for their choices and won't make excuses or blame others when things go wrong. Sigma men are original thinkers who rely on their intuition and follow their own path rather than conforming to societal norms. This makes them difficult to control, as their decisions are based on their own internal values rather than external pressures. While many Sigma males may not realize how self-reliant they are, this trait is a potent source of resilience and strength for them. 8. They choose to chart their own path instead of following others. Sigma males are not interested in fitting into society's neat little boxes. They don't want to be put into a specific mold or labeled according to their interests or hobbies. Instead, they chart their own course in life, making their own decisions and following their own unique path. They refuse to be swayed by the herd mentality or be controlled by anyone else. This strong desire for independence makes them highly resistant to manipulation or coercion. If anyone tries to pressure them into conformity, Sigma men will see it as a direct assault on their freedom and push back even harder. Their nonconformity is a form of psychological protection that shields them from external influences and allows them to remain true to themselves. 9. They possess a strong sense of identity and self-worth. Sigma males have an unwavering sense of self, firmly grounded in who they are and what they stand for. They won't compromise their values or bend to someone else's will just to appease them. This isn't stubbornness or rebellion. It's a reflection of their unwavering determination and confidence in themselves. They aren't influenced by others' opinions or approval and are steadfast in their choices and decisions. This unshakable self-worth makes it incredibly challenging to control them. Unlike those who lack confidence or self-esteem, Sigma men are not swayed by external pressures or manipulation. They know their goals and stay true to their own path. Anyone trying to control a Sigma must first break down their strong sense of self, a daunting task indeed. 10. Independence is the cornerstone of their personal values. At the core of Sigma males' values is their desire for independence. They prioritize remaining self-governing and refuse to be exploited, not because they hold themselves superior, but because they want to remain true to themselves and their principles. They acknowledge that they are the sole architects of their lives and make decisions accordingly, particularly in regards to their relationships and careers. Even in the face of adversity or societal pressure, Sigmas will not compromise their independence or sacrifice their identity to fit in. This makes them nearly impossible to manipulate, as they will always choose their own way, irrespective of external forces.